Hey guys, and welcome to Girls Frontline 2. So this is Loreley, our new character for CN, and in time for the second anniversary of CN. So she is touted as comparable to Springfield, if not better than Springfield, especially on the damage output. So she does a lot of burn buffs or damage buffs. She's a support class, but definitely your support class can be misleading because sometimes they do have a ton of damage. Let's start off with her skill here. We do have Disciplinary Prelude, basic attack, a targeted attack. Physical damage equivalent to 80% of attack to it. This one has a range of 9 tiles. Then when you go to her S1, this is Burning Touch, an active, targeted, and a buff. Select an enemy target within 7 tile radius and deals burn damage equivalent to 130% attack to it. If Loreley has Infernal Afterburners, the damage multiplier is doubled, and she gains Insight for 2 turns. So Infernal Afterburners is burn damage dealt is increased by 30%. So if this is double, this is at 60%. All damage dealt is increased by 15, and the damage received is reduced by 15. Critical strike damage is permanently increased by 5 and considered a burn buff. Cannot be dispelled. And Insight is increased the range of ultimate skill by 1 tile, considered a buff. What a good S1 to start, honestly, for a skill. It's upgraded to Vertebrae 5. Skill ignores the target's defense if the target is on an incineration tile. The damage dealt is increased by 60%. So for your incineration, applies burn weakness to the enemy standing on it, applies overburn and conflagration, and lasts for 2 turns on the enemy standing on it, and the end of the action. This tile is considered a burn type tile. Conflagration increased burn damage taken by 20. This is considered a burn type debuff. So this is clearly one of the synergies with Vector for the tile. So we'll look into that further, but this is very interesting for her S1. For her S2, it's going to be Sultry Promise, active AoE and tile damage. So deals AoE burn damage equivalent to 120 attack to all enemies within a 4 tile radius. The total damage is evenly distributed among all targets within the area. If Loreley has Infernal Afterburners again, the damage is not evenly split. And it will not be evenly split. Okay, and incineration tiles will be generated for 2 turns. So, what do you mean not evenly split? So how much is the split? Okay, that is my question. This skill is upgraded with Vertebrae 4, increased damage multiplier by 30%, and increase the effective range by 1 tile. For each burn buff Loreley has, the damage dealt is increased by 10, maximum 40. That is why she packs a lot of punch, because her S1 and S2 already have tons of buffs and multipliers to S1 and S2 alone. So let's proceed to her next one, which is going to be her ultimate skill, Pain's Benediction. This one is an AoE buff tile and summon. Oh, she has a summon. Selects an open tile within a 5 tile radius, summons Hunter type 2 on it. Deals 90% attack AoE burn damage to all enemies within 3,000. Generates incineration tiles within 3 tiles for 2 turns. If Hunter type 2 is already present in the field, it is resummoned at a new location. Cleanses taunt from all allied units. Applies Symbiotic Dance to Loreley and closed allied doll, preventing death when taking lethal damage. This is nice. I actually thought that she only has buffs in terms of damage, but she also has a sustain, kind of a sustain buff. If another ally dies while this effect is active, the protected unit will die in its place. Nice. Okay, so Hunter type 2 grants 8 blaze points when summoned. Apply Infernal Surge to all friendly units for 3 global rounds. At the end of the Loreley action, a Pyro Pulse is released. Burn damage taken by all enemy units within a radius of 5 tiles around Hunter type 2 is increased by 15. So Infernal Surge is increased attack by 6%, considered a burn type buff and cannot be dispelled. Pyropulse deals AoE burn damage. There are a lot of effects in her kit and on her summon. Pyropulse is going to be deals AoE burn damage equivalent to 40% attack to all enemies within 5 tile radius. Dispels 1 buff from all targets. There's another support skill there. And the last one that we haven't seen yet is Symbiotic Dance, preventing death when taking lethal damage. If another ally dies while this effect is active, the protected unit will die in its place. This is a very, very packed kit, starting from her S1 up to her ultimate. Her ultimate is upgraded by Vertebrae 1, so new Symbiotic Dance effect. When lethal damage is taken, restore 25% of your max health and stability index, cleanse debuffs, and reduce the damage taken within 1 round by 60%. So after using a general attack skill, Hunter type to release an additional Pyropulse, additionally dispel stuns from all allied units. And further upgraded by Vertebrae 3, Hunter type 3 generates an additional 4 blaze when summoned. This is a lot of buffs and effects happening within her kit. Again, I can't say enough. Flawless Blaze nullifies 1 instance of damage considered a burn buff. Okay. So, from S1, S2, and your ultimate, I know why she's going to be better than Springfield in terms of damage. Okay, she might be better overall. Okay, she does have a lot of support, not on the damage side. Okay, let's check out her passive skill, Queen's Endowment. A passive and a buff. Damage dealt by all dolls who uses sniper rifles is increased by 10. So for you could actually use her with other elements with this. So at the start of battle, gains heat transfer when Loreley is on the field. Afterburners and heat transfer is upgraded into infernal afterburners, which lasts for 2 global rounds. At the start of the round, Loreley gains 2 Confectance Index, and at the end of her action, if Hunter type 2 is present, Loreley also gains additional command. Can be triggered once per round before an allied unit takes damage. Loreley grants Flawless Blaze, allowing them to nullify that instance of damage can be triggered up to 3 times per round. So for her passive, this can be upgraded through V2. The number of times of Flawless Blaze can be applied is increased to 5. Additional command is replaced by extra action. And Infernal Afterburner no longer increase burn damage, but instead increase all damage cost by 45%. So this actually really makes her viable for other teams when she reaches V2. Interesting. And at V6, Blaze earned by all friendly units when Loreley is present is increased by an additional 1 point. For every burn doll in the field, Loreley attack is increased by 6%. My god, this is huge. The attack on Infernal Surge applied by Hunter type 2 has been increased to 12%. Increased effect of internal afterburners damage reduction increased to 30%. So again, guys, alone the kit is packed with a lot of damage. There are some utility in her kit, plus she can be used with other teams. Fixed key. So fixed key number 1, the start of the battle, Loreley gains Confectance Index and 10 Blaze. Okay. When for fixed key 2, when Hunter type 2 passive skill Pyropulse deals damage, applies overburn to a target for 1 turn. Okay. At fixed key 3, when Hunter type 2 is on the field, all allied units burn damage is increased by 7. This is a must equip. Fixed key 3. For fixed key 4, before using an active attack, dispel 1 target's buff. So this is actually for bossing. For 5, at the start of the battle, Loreley gains movement up. No. For 6, when a normal elite enemy unit ends its action within a 3-tile radius of Elid. So this is what? This is specific to an Elid. So I think you'll be equipping the top 3. Fixed key 1, 2, 3. So these are, I think, more relevant to her kit. Number 4 is going to be for bossing if you need a dispel for her kit. So for affinity key, so it's going to be plus 3% attack, HP, and crit. And for a common key, attack is a 5% when the user has a burn type buff. Crit rate is increased by 10. Definitely this is going to be for her. So for a recommended weapon, her signature weapon, which is titled Nocturne, is probably the best of them all because this one has a lot of passives. Increased burn damage dealt by all friendly units by 5%. If user owns Afterburners or Infernal Afterburners, increase burn damage dealt by 20 to start, then increases up to 45 depending on how many copies of the gun you have. When a friendly unit gains a burn buff, they obtain attack boost 2 lasting 2 rounds. This is a must-get gun. Again, at least one copy would do. Bittersweet Caramel, of course, probably one of the better all-around guns that we have. This belongs to Maki, and the third best is going to be for Samosek. Best free-to-play option is actually still going to be Samosek. So, just to recap on copies of her. So again, V2, very strong buff for support capabilities. Makes Loreley very strong universal support. As I've said, as I mentioned, in R1 apply attack 1 buff. So R1 is a must. And at least go for V2 because let's visit V2 again. For her V2, it belongs to her passive. The number of times Flawless Blaze can be applied is increased but to 5 times. Additional command is replaced by extra action, and Infernal Afterburners no longer increase burn damage and instead increase all damage cost. So that is not limited to burn damage anymore. So that is why she packs a punch, and that is why she is our 2nd year anniversary character for CN. And she definitely is going to be giving Burn Team a lot of help. And probably the final unit to revive the Burn Team, because Burn Team has fallen off greatly since day 1 of Global. So I do hope that this brings them back courtesy of Loreley. So that is it, guys. What do you think of her kit? Take care, stay safe. This is the Warden, and I'm out of here.